Welcome, all you beautiful souls, to your weekly energy update. And we're going to be looking at the week of June 26th through July 3rd. Has some interesting things that are happening this week astrologically, actually starting on the 26th all the way up to like July 1st. The god of war, Mars, is going to be having this interesting kind of energetic dance with Pluto. So you got the god of war and Pluto, which is kind of the destroyer of things. It's like the challenging kind of energy of that planet. And they're both going to be interacting with each other during those 4 or 5 days. So really be aware that there's going to be some it's almost like you can smell gas in the air and you're like, don't light any matches because it's going to go boom. So just walk gently with others and just kind of carefully walk around. Don't have to walk on eggshells, but just be aware on, do I need to say things that way or do I need to say that at all? And wait for this week to kind of go by before you bring up any kind of volatile subjects. Because we also have on June 28th, the new moon in Cancer. Cancer is a very emotional, energy. It is attached to the moon. So, because Cancer is ruled by the moon, so you've got all this strong emotional energy that is happening. Not so much like a full moon, but a new moon is about new things, new emotions coming in. So you've got that mother, that nurturing energy, that emotional energy that's interacting as well, starting on June 28th, planting new seeds for new emotions, new ways of looking at things too. We also have the Neptune, planet of Neptune, on June 28th, the same day as the new moon, going fully retrograde. We've been in the pre-shadow of it since March 22nd. So you've already started to feel this energy of the Neptune retrograde, which is about like the stripping away of illusions or any kind of realities or any kind of small t truths that could have clouded our vision and keeping us from having clarity. So as this started in March 22nd, like some beliefs, some ways of seeing things have started to be challenged, but now we're going to go full bloom from June 28th all the way through December 3rd in having like this review of what we believe about things. Especially Neptune has to do a lot with our spirituality, our awareness of that kind of dreamy type world as well. And get used to that emotion and that feeling as we revisit that, because we actually it goes direct on December 3rd, but then we go into the post shadow of that, which means that we kind of have a review of the things that we wanted to change all the way up until like March 10th, which is very interesting because Neptune, we start to go kind of head forward, but then we kind of start going to a halt and drifting backward again because we go back in to retrograde June 30th of next year, and we stay in that all the way until December 24th of next year, the 2023, and we'll be in the post shadow of that all the way until March 27th of 2024. So this challenging of looking at the way we see things is going to be a huge theme for the next, year and a half, right? So just get used to it. Once we understand that this is the energy that's out there, then we can deal with it differently because we know why it's happening. We don't feel as out of water, which makes sense with everything going on in the world, with all these truths that are coming out around political things and, everything everywhere. All of us have been having like this challenge of what do I believe? Because we're hearing different stories from all over the place, and it really starts having you wonder, what is truth? All these capital T truths of the heavenly realm, we're wanting to grasp for that because all the small t truths of the human world seem to be fluctuating and flying all over the place and even contradicting each other. So there is this call for a capital T truth that's so much more. I always say that the small t truths are those that are rooted in the conditional love of the human side, But the capital T truths of the heavenly realm are those that are rooted in unconditional love. So we're going to be having this little fluctuation and this pointing towards ourselves to find out what within our soul do we believe, instead of listening to the popular opinion of the humans and the outside world. So we're going to dive in to your weekly reading just to see what is going to be coming about from this sparking of energy and see what the Creator wants you to know. So we'll jump into your sign right now. All right, Sagittarians, this is your weekly energy update, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. I'll give these a good shuffle. One more time. All right, so for our Sagittarians, we're just going to look at the general energies, what the Creator and Spirit want you to know about this retrograde and Neptune energy. Where can you use clarity in your life? Okay, that one right there. Boom. And you've got the Hollow Bone Teachability. I love this card here, so pretty. We'll put that right here. And let's see what energy comes in here for you. So this is about teachability, humility, being empty so that the wind of spirit can breathe through you. The hollow wing bone of an eagle is a flute for the shamans. The appearance of the hollow bone invites you to become empty of your notions of who you are, to check your ego at the door, and to know that this is not about you. Relinquish your need to be right and to express an opinion, as this will not change anything right now. You're being called to practice humility. Hollow yourself out and hear the wind blow through you and play you like a flute. You will learn the language of the squall and the storm and understand the message in the summer breeze. There is an important communication waiting for you. Humility is the swiftest path for you to become like hollow bone. Drop all notions and titles that bolster your ego. Eliminate the doer and allow things to happen of their own accord. Remember that you can accomplish most anything if you are willing to let someone else take credit for it. Hollow Bone has come to caution you to believe only 50% of what others think and only 10% of what you think. Trust your experience, not what you have read in sacred books or holy texts or the internet, right? This will allow you to turn apparent danger into opportunity. Remember that you are an insignificant grain of sand in the grand scheme of life, and as important as the brightest sun. Wow, I love that. So a lot of clarity coming in around, and I kind of feel like this is this Five of Swords energy in the tarot, which is about feeling like you have to prove that your small t truths of your humanness is more truer than someone else's humanness small t truths. And when we connect to the capital T truths of the higher realms, the spiritual realm, those that are rooted in unconditional love, we see the difference between that and the small t truths that are rooted in the fear of the human side of things. So there is this, that's where that, the two sides of things, it's like realizing that those small t truths are just a grain in the sand of all the other grains of sand and opinions that are out there. But you also have truths that are as bright as the sun, which are those that are of the higher realm, that are rooted in unconditional love. If there's fear in it, that's not of the heavens. If there's unconditional love, that is of the heavens. So I love this coming in. We, of course, will dig deeper with the tarot and see what else they would like you to know around this energy. All right, so what else for our Sagittarians? What else do you want them to know? Nope, not those. Okay, that one. Okay, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Okay. So you've got these two. We'll start off with those two since they showed themselves. And then you have these two and these two. Okay, so then instead of 3 and 3, they want it 2, 2, and 2. Like this tower here. We'll start off with this, which you have the Ace of Cups. And I love this because, look, this is like your higher self. And here's all your smaller T truths. So this is the capital T truth. These are the small T truths. But the cups are about emotions. And the Ace of Cups is basically the Holy Grail. It's the chalice. It represents the unconditional love of the Creator of all things. So this is the emotion of unconditional love that I was talking about. So you are realizing that and having this connection to that with this beautiful journey that you're beginning with this Neptune retrograde. And so you are realizing the difference between the two. And I just realized 28, when you add the 2 and the 8 together, that is a 10, which is endings and new beginnings. So you are having this new awareness that's coming in, and it's triggered by your connection to those capital T truths of unconditional love. You also have the 9 of Pentacles coming in. Now, Pentacles is about your outside experiences, your abundance, and also like how you relate your worth to the outside world. And the 9s are related to the Hermit card, which is 9 is the major arcana number for the Hermit. And that Hermit card is all about going inward and finding the truth from within. And the Hermit is usually carrying a lantern with a bright star in it. And that bright star represents your higher self, the spiritual world. That is what helps guide you on your path for your truth and your wisdom from the inside. So you are finding this from the inside out. And that makes total sense with what we're talking about here. And then you have the 9 of Cups. So right above it, another 9, but this is emotional fulfillment, emotional wholeness, your emotional dreams coming true, which makes sense when you connect to that unconditional love from above. You feel like this, like just wholeness and completeness, again, with that 9 being from the inside out, not receiving that from the outside in. So again, this unconditional love is the focus of discovering that and tuning into that. Yeah. And then you have the World card, which is the ending of major cycles and the beginning of new ones. So again, endings and new beginnings coming in here. You're definitely ready for this change and this switch up. You're tired of having these arguments and feeling like you're always needing to defend who you are and what you believe and blah, 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 blah. And there's no need to battle, because one of the big ahas that came into my life is that small T truths that are of fear, which are really untrue, they're illusions, because they're almost lies, they need to be defended. They demand to be defended. Whereas capital T truths, because it's true truth doesn't need to be defended. It is just true. And you don't have to defend it. It's like fire burns. No, it doesn't. Well, stick your finger in there. Ow! So it's like, that's the truth that, unless you wear some sort of protective gear, that's going to burn your little finger when you stick your finger in there, right? So there's, the truths are the truths. And if you feel you have to defend them, then maybe that's not true, as true as we think it is, right? And then you have the Ace of Swords. So a couple of aces, which are ones, right? New beginnings. But swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And so the Ace of Swords, 1, it allows you to connect to the capital T truths, like we were talking about. But it also allows you to cut away those small T truths that are no longer serving you. So you're being given the tool to help you in this journey, to help you remove those small T truths. And of course, connect to the capital T truths. Sorry, I messed up my little pile here. And then you have the Seven of Wands. And it's funny because the Seven of Wands for me is about defensiveness. Wands is your drive, your ambition, your inspiration, your passions. It's your energy. And usually they're standing, someone's getting spanked in this one, but usually there's one person standing on a hill and there's six other wands down below and they're trying to attack them. And so that is this transformation. This energy is being brought to you to show you that you don't have to battle. You don't have to fight. You can allow people to experience and believe what they want to believe, and you believe what you want to believe. You're allowing yourself to connect to these capital T truths. Let everyone else do and whatever they want to do. You can't change people's minds anyway, because we all know how does it work when someone comes to you and says, I want you to believe this way, and it's opposite of what you believe. You're gonna fight tooth and nail the entire way. They're trying to drag you into believing what they want to believe. But where change happens in the world is when we have a change of heart. And how do you change hearts? You don't change hearts by battle of the minds. Hearts change when you have the unconditional love. When people feel the unconditional love within you, filling you up and overflowing, and they get a taste of that overflow, that sparks the unconditional love taste within themselves, wanting them to search after the unconditional love of the higher realms instead of the conditional love that is so unstable of the outside world. And so rather than trying to change minds, you are really having this ending and this new beginning of trying to change minds. You are changing hearts, starting with your own. And once you fill up with that love, there's nothing you can do. You actually don't do the changing of other people's hearts. You just do the changing in the choices of your own heart, which then overflows out to the world. And then that love is what sparks other people's love. So beautiful. And then we're going to pull for your final message here is from the Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck. We're going to see what else the Creator wants you to know regarding this Neptune retrograde energy. All right. So what's your final message? Okay, for Sagittarians. All right. Wow. And you got family. And this is, when you think of the entire world as one huge family, we all belong to the same sea of unconditional love. We're all drops in the sea of unconditional love, right? And this beautiful feeling when you realize that we're all brothers and sisters, even your fathers and mothers, and we're all actually brothers and sisters in the whole scheme of things. And when you realize that we're all in search of one thing, everyone has the same ultimate dream at its core, and it is to be loved. Period. Loved. This is what we're all searching for. And we're taught to look outside of ourselves for that love, and that's where we have that disappointment, that conditional love, because, we're told, look for relationships to, make you feel that love. And it's like, no, whether it's romantic, family, friends, employee, peers at work, or fellow students, or, classmates, whatever it might be, that's unstable because people change or they pass away. So that's an unstable, unfulfilling, love in the external world. And also we're taught to look for our situations and circumstances, like our jobs, our education, our social status, whatever kind of situations and circumstances that it might be. It's like we are told to become that and strive after that, because that's going to make you feel whole and complete. And we all know situations never stay the same. And then we're also taught to look outside of ourselves to things like our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, because those things are going to make us feel whole and complete the more we get it, and the more our body looks great, and the more we pleasure ourselves and all that. And we're like, nope, that things break down, deteriorate, are stolen, or burned down. So those are unstable. And so we learn that conditional love that's rooted in the fear of losing that conditional love, is unstable and it's unfulfilling. But when we have come across this unconditional love, we're like, "Mwah, finally, I have found what I've been looking for all my life." That's my very poor Italian imitation. But let's see what else this says here in family. Yeah, family is a funny thing. It's not always chosen, but it is always a matter of love. Here we see a couple welcoming a newborn into their unit. The two younglings tugging on the branch demonstrate that togetherness doesn't mean we all pull in the same direction all the time. Being a member of a core group brings you the best and worst of things. You always have someone there to stand up for you and with you. Their loyalty is a thing of true endurance. However, you will also have those who know well enough to call you out when you mess up. The blessing is that they won't abandon you after they tell you what you did wrong. They will be there as you work to correct your mistake. Family goes both ways, whether it is chosen or blood family. Take a moment to honor your own community. As you have been there for them, they will be there for you. Ask yourself what family looks like to you. And that definitely reiterates, it comes back to, we are all family. You know, all your sister, brothers, and me. Like the song says, we are family. And when we realize, regardless of political decisions, your race, your sexual orientation, your gender, whatever it may be, we are all of the same family, all of the same sea of unconditional love. We're all drops. We all desire the one wish, the one thing. And we may not realize it, you know, that, well, that person's being mean to me. And it's because they are focused in on finding this for themselves. And they might be in this chaos of trying to find it outside of themselves. And we might be hurt because we're looking for the love outside of ourselves instead of from this inward search too. So beautiful, beautiful awarenesses and clarity coming for you. I can't wait to see how this unfolds for you. I'm going to leave the reading here, though. If you do want more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and also a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you click on the all option, then you'll be notified of all the new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like a video or share a video, comment on a video, and subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so excited it wants to share the videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, I am very, very grateful for that. And also, these are general readings. If you are seeking even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings at a reasonable rate, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, all you mighty Sagittarians, as you go through this amazing week and start this amazing journey, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. We'll be talking very soon. And in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.